Hello viewers and welcome to a wonderful new episode of Meet the Masters. I am Sonia Das. Today we have with us a corporate business leader with a sharp acumen and vast experience in the healthcare industry. He was the CEO of Medcare Hospital and Vice President of Aster DM Healthcare, and at present he is the CEO and Managing Director of Emirates Speciality Hospital. Let's welcome Mr. Atari to today's episode. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir, can you please share with us a few details about Emirates Specialty Hospitals and the services you provide?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me here. Emirates Specialty Hospital, as a hospital, we just started about a year ago. Okay. We were fortunate and blessed to be inaugurated by Her Highness Princess Haya Bint Al Hussein, which is, to us, it was a great accomplishment as a start. We are in Dubai Healthcare City, which is really a destination of healthcare. We are really glad to be here. The environment in Dubai Healthcare City is different, not saying better or just different in other areas. Well taken care of. The thinking here is more into quality. The quality is all over UAE. The quality is the more important thing. But in the HCC, Dubai Healthcare City, or Dubai Healthcare Authority right now, they promote within usually other places. They encourage that, or they mandate that you get quality from different bodies or recognized bodies. But here in Dubai Healthcare Authority, they do it internally as well. So just being in Dubai Healthcare City, it has a huge value for us. So Dubai Emirates Specialty Hospital, we are a part of Emirates Health Group. Emirates Health Group is a big group right now. We are also a sister company of NMC. Okay. So between Emirates Health Group and NMC, I think we are one of the largest players in the UAE. Emirates Health Group, we own many hospitals and clinics. I think we have around 50 centers around the UAE. We have hospitals in Egypt. We have hospitals as well in Jordan. And we are expanding, one of the fastest growing organization right now in the market. Okay. So to go back to Emirates Specialty Hospital, the point to open a hospital where there is a lot of competition, and now the competition is really fierce competition in the market. As the last statistics from Dubai Health Authority, they say there's about I think 10 to 12 hospitals is coming in the pipeline in the next year by 2020, which will make it a really tough and competitive market. Competition is good because the winner will be the one who has the highest quality. You cannot, a few years ago it was a little bit easier. Now it is difficult to want to keep and maintain a high standard, to maintain the best staff that there is. And this is where the competition comes in. So for Emirates Specialty Hospital, what we try to do from the beginning is to attract the right people. The right mix is the right doctors, the right nurses, the right staff, admin staff. This is the right formula. If anyone can master this formula, I think then everything will be easy. Money, everybody has money. No hospital doesn't have money. The issue is money cannot buy skills. You can, but that's not what keeps the skills with you. The right type of management, the right type of attitude, the environment you create in the organization, that what will keep the staff happy and keep return. Yes, money is important. We all hear in the different, we all hear, most of us are expats coming here. Definitely financial is very important to us. But what's more important than finance is the sustainability of the finance and finding a job and to be secure. This is, I think, the goal for most of the staff.
Okay. So, going with the latest trends in the technology, Emirates Specialty Hospital has developed its own app. So, can you please share with us a few details about the convenience it offers?
Sure. Absolutely. There is a lot of application and a lot of gadgets in the market, and I call them gadgets because usually gadget is something it's not necessary. You can have it, it's beautiful to have. Yeah. What we like to do is looking at the organization and looking at the healthcare. We needed something basic where can solve a huge problem for us. It doesn't have to be something, very complicated. If you look in a hospital, the hardest thing in a hospital is the access for information, whether it is for the doctors and the nurses and the staff or the patients. So what we try to do is to have a mobile application that can serve the patient. The patients usually, if you take a call center, for example, 30 to 40% of the call to the call center is in regard their lab results, radiology results, reports, insurance. So what we try to do to make the life easier for the patient as well as to the staff and the call center, we created a mobile application that gives the patient in the first place to access their records whatever possible, a home, anywhere they want, it is there. Especially right now, being a transit community, it is, we move a lot. And people are not staying for long. So now you have your records with you wherever you go. You do not have to go and request your records and your CDs and all that. Now your mobile application have everything wherever you go. People live 2 to 3 months in the summer. They have everything and access. This is the point of our mobile application. Second point was to our doctors. Doctors in the past, they used to come a lot to the hospital to check on their admitted patients or ER patients. Now they have everything else in their hands. Basically, they can enter information, they can order whatever the test they want, they can monitor even their ECGs. It's a full package of mobile applications just for the access and make life much easier for the patients and also the doctors and nurses. So we are very proud of this. It is not, it's not a fancy application, but it is a useful application, and this is what's important right now. It's something you use and for a long time. We tried in the past many applications, we tried a lot of technologies in the past, but some of it really doesn't work. It is nice to have, nice to advertise, but in reality it is not useful. We need something which is really day-to-day operational.
Okay, and what is the name of the application?
We didn't name it as a name.
Okay.
It's a Emirates specialty hospital application, but no
specific name.
No.
All right. So, what makes Emirates Specialty Hospital the first choice for treatment in UAE?
I think our doctors. Our doctors are the most reputable doctors, I think. I mean, I have to stand with my doctors in the market, in subspecialties. What we have done is we try to go deep into the subspecialties. If you go to many places, you'll have all the doctors and very good doctors. UAE have excellent doctors. But then when you go down to more subspecialty, colorectal surgery, thoracic surgery, hand surgery, foot and ankle surgery, now you are going to a different level of where in many places when you reach to that point, this is the point where you have to transfer the patient to somewhere else who has this. We tried from the beginning to have everything in a one-stop shop, if you want to call it, in the organization. So we've been very fortunate to attract top doctors from the market, and that's people who are been trusted in the market for the last 5 to 10 years. So they really, when they came to our organization, it was not started from zero. Emirates Specialty Hospital, we broke even in a record time because one of the doctors and the administration that we have, as well as the reputation of the name of administration, that helped a lot. So many people, many staff, many patients follow these doctors to come in here. We created the right environment for these doctors to better serve their patients, and now we have a very loyal patients here. But again, the pillar is for getting the right doctors and definitely the supporting staff. That's more support. A doctor by himself cannot work.
Sure. So prior to joining Emirates Specialty Hospital, you have vast experience in associating with top hospitals. So can you please take us through your professional journey?
Sure. I started about, I finished my schooling into 1991. That shows my age. I started in the US. I stayed there 20 years. Mainly I was working in hospitals for medical imaging. I was director of radiology for many years there. I'm that type of, when it started, I stay for a long time in an organization. My last job in the US was 10 years.
Okay.
Also into director of radiology and then as an administrator. Then I moved to the UAE and I'd say the best move I made in my life. I stayed in Emirates Hospital as well.
Okay.
First 2 years in Emirates Hospital. It was a new hospital in Jumeirah.
Yeah.
That was a good small hospital at that time, but it was the real experience for me. What built the information and what gave me what really I needed to start a bigger venture. Then I was fortunate to meet Dr. Azad Mupin, which is a great man, I have to say, and gave me the opportunity to start the brand of Medcare. I joined the organization before the start of the Medcare Hospital, and he spent very wonderful 10 years again. I always go for 10 years blocks. We started with one small hospital in Jumeirah, and when I finished in 2007, we had 3 hospitals running. We had as well one hospital was getting built in Sharjah, as well as we had about 12 or 14 different specialty centers around the UAE. So that was, I would say, it was one of the best experience I had in my life, which made me where I am right now, which is, a lot of credit goes to Dr. Azad Mopin for giving us that opportunity. Again, it was a wonderful experience. I learned a lot on that. I learned a lot about all concepts of administration. So it's invaluable. It's amazing. It's a really amazing experience. And then now we had a better opportunity here, a better position, a better different formula in working. So we just started this. We started a year before we opened. We took this building and we converted it to a nice hospital. And last March we opened, and now we have been here for a year from officially opening. And thank God we have been doing extremely well. We operationally broke even in a very fast time. Okay. And right now we're looking for more expansion.
Oh, okay, wonderful. So just out of curiosity, from geology to...
Radiology.
Yes, okay, yes, so yes. From radiology to... Administration. How was the
Actually, I think, there's in administration, I feel, from my friends and all from US and here, management, I don't think anybody studied to be a CEO. There is nothing called to study as a CEO.
Yeah.
CEO, I think it comes natural. It is, you have to have, it's not just the knowledge, it's not the degree. Yes, the degree might expedite. I had to start from zero. So I had to go level by level, but that made it a very solid knowledge. If you have a PhD, let's say in management, you might reach to CEO much faster, but it doesn't give you the detail of what is the solid foundation. I'm not saying people don't get degrees, but what I'm saying is degree by itself, it doesn't really give you the knowledge. You need to really work hard for every level to understand, because whatever decision you made as a CEO, it affects all the way down. So it does not stop on one level. So you have to understand how every other department functions. So when you make the decision, you know how the mapping of that decision will go. Otherwise, you might help one X department, but kill the other one. So really, we look into it. So to go back to the point that most of CEOs, top management, it is they started in one line, but they found that they are more into managing people. It is how to create an environment for people. And I think I found out early in my life, in my career, that I am a people person. I know how to deal with people and how to, show them the respect they need and the environment that they should be working with. Because usually the best way to manage is to put yourself in that position at all time. So whenever you talk to anyone or wherever you want to do anything, reverse it. Right. If you put yourself and you accept it, then you can accept it for others. Right. But if you don't accept it to yourself, then you will not accept it, should not accept it to others. And that's where really makes a difference. So a lot of managers, they found that niche with them, that they are not doctors or engineers. They are more into management. So it comes with the experience as nature. I think something you cannot teach. It's just there.
Right.
But again, you can develop. You have to develop it all the time.
Definitely. So you have initiated numerous projects for some of the leading hospitals in US and GCC. So can you please share a few details about
Absolutely.
those?
In the US, mainly because my work was in radiology, and that's where I really learned that I am more into administration than into technical.
Right.
Is just I was given the opportunity to start a new project, smaller project for radiology departments, and bigger, and then the last project I was working with was huge, it's 100+ million. So this is where I started liking the project mentality.
Right.
Then I got it's a challenging certificate. It's called PMP. It's a project management professional. Just to understand, even though this certificate it's usually for IT people and engineering because it has a lot to do with the project management timelines and all that. But I thought if I can combine that skills with the healthcare skills, it gives me a different advantage. And yes, we did. So in the US, it was a lot of the challenge into radiology. Then it was again an expansion of hospital in a smaller scales. But again, it's an experience. Then when I came here, Emirates Specialty Hospital, which after 12 years, I'm back again to the same group. It was a startup hospital, so that also gave me the ability to think outside the box and make things better. It didn't stay long, only 2 years. Then I got this opportunity. The opportunity which I got actually in Medcare was freehand. We can do and we can expand and we can take our own decision, and we are responsible about our own decision without a lot of interference. And this is the best way to handle management. It is you have to give people free hand. They have to be able to take their own decision without influence, and then they are responsible, and everybody learn from their mistakes. So we started doing hospitals. We got involved with Medcare Hospital. Then we got involved in Astor Hospitals, and then we are also part of EuroHealth. It's another branch of project management and projects here. Then I was selected for 2 or 3 different projects in the UAE during my, the 1 year between Medcare and here. So I probably overlooked 3 different hospitals or initiated 3 different hospitals in the UAE. Some of them are going to open soon.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And, we was involved with a few hospitals in India as well, 1 hospital in Jordan. So it's a passion right now, even though it's a lot of work, but I like, because every hospital you make, every hospital you work with, you will find there is more improvement. So you can hopefully to do it in another way. Right now, also for Emirates Health Group, we just to go back for Emirates Specialty Hospital. As I said, we are 1 year right now, and now we are, I would say, about 6 to 8 months away from opening a new hospital in Maldives, which will be one of the largest hospitals that we have. Or I even also been involved with. It's 200+ bed hospital in Maldives. Well, we're hoping to open in December, January. And we will see how that will work. We also, under Emirates Healthcare, we also just signed for 2 more hospitals, which will be ready in less than 14 months. And we're hoping it's also another branch for us to make us solid. So I was involved also in these hospitals, from the contracts to the design and all these things. It's a passion more than a job, really expansion and making things.
I can see that, the way you talk with it. And
no,
the way
really, it is an accomplishment.
Definitely.
It is a full process from the design to construction to hiring and then operation, and to see how you can make it different than others. But again, buildings, everybody can afford buildings. But as manager, I don't need to enter into a building where my expense will kill me for 7 to 10 years. What I learned, because I'm also an operator, I know where to cut costs. So when I manage, or whoever a person manage, they do not have the burden of recovery of their investment in a long time. The most important is you build the nicest hospital, the functional hospital, but also to limit the expenses, because at the end of the day, the manager, the CEO, they have to recover that investment. So this is different than someone who is an investor coming into the market, which we see a lot of that. Investor comes in the market, hired international organization to build a hospital. If you look at the difference between the end result for us as investors as well as operators, or just a pure investor go for international, you will see a huge difference in the investment. And that is very, very important point right now that people don't look at it, because at the end of the day, it has to operationally right and to be within. I cannot design a hospital from the US for something in Dubai.
Sure.
There is cultural value, there is religion value, there's a lot of things that you must be within the culture to understand. Might be simple things, but this is the disconnect. So you will have a huge investment, but still does not meet the day-to-day operation. So that's what we try to perfect, is how to build something to suit the environment, again, meet the top standards in the world, plus to keep the budget down so the management does not have to worry on a daily basis, how can I recover in 5 to 7 years. So this is what I said, it's a passion of doing it right from all angles, not just dump in all the money and just say, here we go, we did a hospital.